As the name suggests, a paper town is a non existent phantom and fake town, as if made of paper. The literal meaning of the term paper town refers to a metaphorical name given to a fake place that has been embedded in a map by the map's creator in order to protect the copyright for their map. Sometimes these are also called as the copyright traps. People and companies that create or design maps typically insert one or multiple paper towns in their maps so that if someone steals, copies, or plagiarizes their map, they will be instantly caught because a paper town has no real existence after all. This novel, Paper Towns by John Greens, brings into action an animating storyscape set forth in a town zigzagging along the city streets of Florida and featuring a bunch of interesting characters, primarily a batch of school going teeny boppers studying in Winter Park High School and about to finish their school years. The novel is an invigorating work of fiction, mainly combining the themes of mystery, young adulthood, romance, and Bildungsroman, which refers to a progressive spiritual transformation or a series of major internal shifts in a character. In this case, this character is Quentin. The novel pronounces itself with a series of events that occur in the life of the protagonist character named Quentin, thereby bringing out the transformative inner shift within him. This boy named Quentin Jacobson, known by his buddies as Q, is a high school going boy who seems to have an infatuating crush on a girl named Margot Roth Spiegelman. Quentin loved all things Margot, and Margot loved all things adventures and mysteries. However, Margot, who loved adventures and mysteries, one day disappeared all of a sudden, turning into a mystery herself, as she left a series of clues for Quentin to be able to solve the mystery and discover her. And Quentin devoted himself to solving this mystery, the mystery of the lost paper girl. The trove of clues included a book of Walt Whitman's poetry collection, Leaves of Grass, with lines of the poem The Song of Myself highlighted with a colored highlighter. The character of Quentin is seen in the novel to be clutching the book of poetry with him at all times, hunched and steeped over the collected clues, wandering his way through the city streets and abandoned ruins, jutting the best of his brains studying maps and browsing a reference encyclopedia managed by his friend and classmate named Radar. In addition to Radar, the circle of his closest friends included a boy named Ben and a girl named Lacey. The three of them left no stone unturned to decipher the clues left by Margot, and by the end, this happens. Together with Ben, Radar, and Lacey, Quentin sped off in his minivan, driving to a paper town named Eglo in the most unusual and strange manner on the day of their school's graduation and farewell ceremony to find Margot. However, not until the end of this search was he able to realize that he wasn't actually searching her. Rather, all this time he had been searching an idea. The idea he thought was her, but it wasn't. Apparently, the image he had for her was as fake as the idea of a paper town. And the moment this image was shattered, the attraction and fascination for Margot he had eventually began to evaporate and fall away, collapsing and crumbling like balls of crumpled paper, an illusory fallacy breaking apart. It was not the love that was breaking apart, but rather what he thought and understood to be the concept of love. Another interesting scenario that the book depicts is how, seeking to discover his dear friend Margot, Quentin immersed himself in reading over and over the highlighted passages of Walt Whitman's poetry, deciphering, interpreting, and trying to make sense of what possible clue was Margot leaving for him while highlighting these lines of poetry. But as he realized in the end, all the interpretations, still and all, were about who he was and how he thought, more than who Margot was and what she thought. Learning which, he is depicted in the book to be pondering over this thought, this insight, that the way we think about the other person reveals more about who we are than about who the other person is. The novel is divided into three main parts, which are titled as The Strings, The Grass, and The Vessel respectively, each containing a number of chapters. While the storyline begins with notes scurrying with a jovial nostalgia and plenty of cornball humor, by the end it dissolves into an outpouring torrent of emotions, screaming, welling, and shining with intense spiritual exuberance, leaving the readers with some profound insights to ponder and dwell into. One such insight being the discrimination between an idea and the reality, another being a realization that not until we get to have something that we thought we desperately wanted is that we come to know that we didn't really want it in the first place. We wanted something else. It was never the destination that mattered. It was the journey of the search. The journey is the way, the search is the finding, the means is the end. The character of Quentin Jacobson has been depicted to arrive at these understandings while navigating the span of this storyline. By losing himself in the search of her, he ended up losing her, but finding himself. In the same spirit, when we lose ourselves to something which is greater than our personal identity, our limited paper towns, only then the journey itself marks the thrill of experience. Wrapping up the review with a small poem. This life is a great paper town, and we are these little paper humans, crumpled and crinkled, waddling and fluttering amidst these paper towns, trying to navigate through, constantly getting pulled by invisible strings as if some teeny tiny puppets, relishing the bright golden sunlight of the golden green meadows, desiring for a dream to last forever, locked inside our own vessels, but soon enough discovering our vessels cracking open, and the illusion of our fallacies fading away, which leaves us questioning and wondering the purpose of all of this, of all this seeking and running, losing and finding and losing it again, wanting something and then all of a sudden not wanting it anymore, losing something, finding it, and then wanting to lose it all over again. Life is a paper town and we are paper humans. How fragile, how vulnerable, and at the same time, how powerful, how impeccable, how illogical and disorderly, and at the same time, how perfect, how mathematical. Thank you.